Okay, I got something in the mail, and I'm excited about it. I'm gonna open it up and show you what's inside. It's big. Okay. What? Oh, no, I missed it. There we go. This is not part of my aesthetic. This is just a Halloween decoration. How am I gonna do that? I did it. Oh, but if I open that, son of a, I don't even like you. Elegant. Son of a, it's big, but that's important. Hey, get it! Okay, there, that was key. Okay. Oh my goodness, would you look at this? Oh. Look at that build volume. Please don't be anything broken in here. Ooh, look at this loot bag. That's a lot of serious loot. Very fancy packaging. Power cable. Suitable for my region, I think. You go with the loot pile. Oh. Ooh. Yeah. Woo. How do I get you out of here? Hope you're not broken. I think this thing has like a glass bed with a fancy texture on it. Okay, that part's out. This is very well packaged. Obnoxiously well packaged. Yeetsy! Yeah. That was my free filament. Didn't even register that was filament. I'm so blind with excitement. This is their standard white, translucent. Not good with the opacity on this, but... Whew, I am out of shape. Okay, this whole box can get out of here now. This is piece A. Piece B is still out in the other room. Let's get into this loot and see what we have here. I already mentioned we got a full 1 kilogram spool, power cable, instructions. Let's get that pointy bastard out of the way. Nozzle cleaners. Really nice scraper. Is that actual wood and not just a cheap 3D printed piece? Wow, that's quality control pass, but I can't read any of that. USB cable. This is the automatic bed leveling sensor, perhaps. USB, probably SD, micro SD, and a micro SD adapter. I don't know if it comes with a micro SD, but I got a couple. Who don't, right? Am I right? Like a flush little snipper trimmer thingy. Relevant Allen keys. Little wrenchy doodad. What's this guy? Needle nose. Some needle nose pliers. Needle nose tweezers. Let me just jump in here from the future. Already broken, already bent. Tweezers and flush cutters. What are you? Oh, it's an advertisement. Oh my god, I just shat myself. Focus. What do you call this? The hot end? Focus, you dingus. That's nice. You get a whole extra one. Very good. I don't know. This is probably just the assembly pieces for putting the tall bit on. What's it called? The gantry? I don't know words. Rubber gloves. In case you're so thrilled with the product, you need some instant gratification through the back door. Spare nozzles. Oh, are these spare bearings maybe for moving the bed back and forth? I don't know. And in the bag, we got the Royal Sampler Pack of Rainbow Pla. What is this guy? Just a peachy beige. That's interesting. In case you want to print an old-timey Crayola crayon in the blue. We've all seen colors before. Well, not all of us. And that's the pack-in goodies. Let's get this thing put together. Now, I don't know if this is going to be a concern, but this is the belt, fingers for scale, where the first zip tie was attached. It's probably not going to be an issue, but that's a little gnarly. The whole thing is covered with this weird gluey stuff. T-plates and screws are in. The next step is to unscrew our LCD here, flip it at 180, and screw it back in. Pull it out of here. It's just more of that gluey stuff I was talking about. Whatever, it's here. Goes here. Attach this guy, plug some color-coded cables in, and on the back there's a couple small sort of plugs that you gotta plug in. No big deal. However, there is one thing. These guys ship at 230/220 volts, and it's in the instructions, but it should be a little more early on. I'd rather have to reach this really weird switch before putting this thing on. But anyway, there it is, and you gotta flip that to 115 in my case. So that is the end of the major assembly portion. Wasn't too difficult. I've never assembled anything. My other printer was just one of these dealies. Just plug it in and it's ready to go. But this was a little different, but it was no challenge. You're going to need a lot of space to put this together. If you have plenty of space or a table where you can get all sides, even better. Now the rest is going to be leveling the bed and feeding the filament and all of that sort of stuff. And I might come back and update you on that stuff, or the next time you see it, it might be printing. Now we're installing the filament, which is magically changed to green. This is the auto leveling sensor, which snaps in magnetically and plugs into the top. It's super quiet! It just goes down and mwah, kisses the mwah. It does this all across the thing to make sure it's all level. Let's hope it works. I think the early models probably didn't work. I'm counting on this one to be fixed. You could totally make this thing play music. Bing, it's all done. I printed this weird thing. It's the leveling test. And it looks weird. I mean, it looks normal. This is what I looked at the G code, and it actually is weird and jagged like that. Even though every picture you see on the internet and on the interwebs shows you just perfectly round circles. Anyway, that printed. Dump. I also printed one of these at a super fast speed. It's got a lot of gaps in it, and it took almost twice as long as it said it was going to take. But it printed. And the cool thing was, once this bed cools down, these things just come off. And it feels so nice and glossy on the bottom. Oh my god. Look at that. Now let's print some real stuff. First test print is done. You'll have to forgive the insanely loud printer in the background while I go through this. Alright, so I printed one of these. I print a lot of these. It's a quick and easy print. It's a nice varied shape that's supposed to be quite smooth, but you can see as I rotate around, you can even just see not even this edge where my finger is, but up and down the length of the cylinder. It's visibly uneven. And as I rotate it around, you can see on the edges all the little bumps. This was printed with Cura. I haven't spent a lot of time trying to figure out the Cura settings, but this was done in Cura. The whole thing even feels gritty and not smooth. It's just nasty. Is it belts? Do belts need to be tightened? Does this thing need to be stabilized a bit more? Is the table uneven? I don't know exactly what it is, but I really need to get it fixed because I won't stand for it. I was printing something, and then it just stopped right there. There's filament in the tube. There's filament on the roll. Brand new, no tangles, nothing. Plenty of slack. It just stopped. It's not even printing fast. Boo! We are back in business. The deal is, when I came in and restarted the print, I listened to it, and what I heard was some clicking, and the clicking was coming from this right here. This is our thingy, this guy right here, and this was very loose, so it was losing grip on the filament, and grinding the filament during retractions. So I tightened it up, and we are back in business. It's done! 44 hours, 33 minutes. For reference, it said it was going to take 26 hours. Instead, it took 44. I'll have to consult the Facebook group about that. Pretty ugly. It's all wavy. It's all wavy gravy and ringy dingy. Okay, this line, I can explain this. Ooh, see that? Nasty. That could be responsible for some of the ugliness up here, but it does move a tiny little bit. It's because a bunch of boxes. I had a bunch of boxes stacked back here, and they fell over and they knocked the camera, and they must have bumped the table. And I didn't notice that until it was about here in the print, and I let it keep going anyway. So let's get this off and clean it up and get some more pictures of it. And well, before I go, it makes a lot of clicking noises. I'm sure there's a bunch of wheels and stuff that need to be tightened. Maybe I'll double check these T-brackets here, make sure all of the, see the little silver thing in there? That one's good. I have to make sure all 4 of them are good on each side. And I'm sure there's more tightening left to be done. The bed is cold. Well, the bed is 29 degrees. I should be able to get this thing off of here without much effort. There we go. Beautiful.